Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are on with K, social issues and such. Ooh, let's talk about Nikki. So this is coming from a live that I saw last night. I was watching Michi X. I watch all her lives. She be on fire, and she was having a discussion panel about the Nicki Minaj speech, and I found it interesting because Nikki got her ass up on that damn stage, and it's gonna lead me to my question about do y'all still support Nikki? Why or why not? What is your non-support or support of her continuing or discontinuing based on? So she sat up there and she was saying, I want all little black girls to feel all little white girls, like some bullshit pandering to these people. She could have got up there, woulda, shoulda, coulda, and just spoke, to all little girls. But she had to bring black women to the mix and make it seem like black women are making white women feel bad about themselves. What? When have black women have ever been able to make white women feel bad about themselves? I love all my beautiful sisters, white, black, every race, religion. I'm a people person. Everyone knows this. But right now I'm being real about this situation. When has us as black women have ever been made what women feel bad about themselves because we're loving ourselves out loud now? We weren't able to do that before, but we're doing it now and they feel some type of way. You I be trying not to curse on my broadcast, right? Because people have, oh, you cursing and but curses are really just words that somebody made up. Like I said in the last one, they made up and said, oh, that's a bad word. You don't even know what the half of these words damn mean because you can use them in so many goddamn sentences and they still don't mean anything. They're just a word filler in that sentence, is to emphasize whatever the fuck you're talking about. So how is black women making white women feel bad or making it? When she said it, I was like, huh? Are you serious right now? Why the hell did you even bring black women into the discussion? You were talking about little girls. That's what the hell you were talking about. You were talking about little girls in general feeling good about themselves. We don't need you as grown women to tell us how to feel about ourselves. You can't influence us. Fuck what's going on with us. You can't tell us shit. You can influence the younger generations, the little girls, and that's who you should have been speaking to. You brought black women into this for no freaking reason. You as a black woman should have never said no shit like that. I can't tell what somebody what to say, but guess what? It rubbed a lot of black people wrong. Very wrong. I was one of those black people. You're going to say something that you're going to make it seem like we as black women are making white people feel inferior to us when they have always and always been the standard of beauty since the beginning of time, since the time of the motherfuckers was reeking and stinking and couldn't even bathe themselves and they was throwing shit buckets out the window. They were still the standard of beauty, stinking up the whole damn world, stinking up the continent, and they was still the standard of beauty. Even when we met these motherfuckers and showed them how to bathe and was like, ooh, y'all stink, they were still the standard of beauty, stinking and all. While we was clean, smelling good, they were still the standard of freaking beauty. Always have been. And so now we're at a time where technology is allowing us to love ourselves loud and open, and people are mad about that. Because when we do that, somehow we're dimming their light. These bitches been dimming our light for the whole time. If that's how you want to put it, they've been dimming our light for years and centuries and centuries of centuries of centuries. Talking about how beautiful they are because their skin is white, because they have straight hair, because they have beautiful blue eyes and all this other bullshit. That's what it's been. And my white people, don't get me wrong. I love y'all too. But this is the real, this is real. So you can't look at this and have an opinion, oh, she's being I'm not being racist, I'm being real. And that's the sometimes y'all separate this type of shit. Y'all don't realize real. You feel offended by the shit. What are you offended by? You're offended by reality? You're offended by truth? You can't be. How the hell you offended by truth? It is true, and y'all know it. Black women are just now, it hasn't been that long that we've been able to do this. TikTok, YouTube, all these outlets that we now just getting for several years. Not we didn't have them to year 2000. We just getting these things in 2000 and something, right? And Now we're using these platforms and these outlets to love ourselves and to love our sisters and to embrace all the beautiful brown people. And people are mad about that. And they definitely are mad. Because to say that somebody is making you feel less of, that shows your insecurities. How can black women love themselves and to be a dig at white women or putting themselves? We're loving things about us. Oh, we love our beautiful brown skin. We love our full, thick lips and noses and stuff like that. What the fuck is wrong? How is that putting y'all down? It sounds to me like y'all over there jealous or insecure or something. Now, there's people, there's groups, and I heard a white person say this too, and I think this is part of the issue too. They feel like when they do love themselves out loud and say, "Oh, I love being white," I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you love to do that, but some people do say things about, "Oh, see, they're racist." They're not racist because they love being white, but it's the difference. It's the difference. Y'all have always been, like I said, the standard of beauty. And everybody's always looked at y'all and said y'all are beautiful. So when you come out here talking about some, look at me, I'm so beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. People gonna look at you sideways. You've always fucking been the standard of that. Why do you need to tell us this? Why do you need to emphasize this? Black women ain't always had that. So now we're loud and we're proud, and somebody's offended. Nobody was fucking offended when you motherfuckers was loud and proud about that shit. Y'all just didn't say it like that. That's y'all business. But y'all were saying it before people had rights. Black people had rights and stuff like that, and we were more um was we had a I don't even know how to say it right, so I'll just go back to it. But had a ranking and better ranking in society, if that's what you want to say. But back in the days, y'all was out there saying it loud and proud. Y'all told us how ugly we were and how good y'all skin was. Remember that? And our hair is ugly. They had to put a freaking what is that? No discrimination, something like that. That the companies can't discriminate people based on their hair. Our hair is considered ugly and unkempt. Even if we take our hair and put it is we comb it out and we style it. If it's in its natural state, they say it's unruly and unkempt. Hair that is growing out of our heads naturally the way it grows is being banned, is being told we can't wear that hair. Dreads are not allowed. That's his natural hair. So his natural hair has to be styled how y'all say it. That's how it grows out his head. He didn't add anything to it. Even if he did add the fake dreads, what I'm saying is you don't get to tell people how to do their hair. You don't tell them white motherfuckers how to do their hair because to y'all, that's considered the standard. That's how hair is supposed to look. Well, we can't style our hair like that. We can't do the little flip and whatever unless we process our hair. And why should we have to process our hair to be up to your standard or what you say is the standard in the workplace? Who made these rules? White people. This is why I'm so glad that we as Black people are starting to run more businesses and own more things and are advancing as people. And we're taking this technology and everything, we're utilizing it to our advantage and building businesses. And so when we build businesses, we can hire whoever the hell we want and they can wear their hair however we want. And we can come into our job with our hair however we want. Dreads down to the damn floor and the big ass Bantu dreadnought at the top. Rastaman style. All right? We can do that because it's our own thing. And then now you got to bow down. You want a job here? Well, guess what? You can come work for this big company, for this dread who have dreads down to the floor. And like I said, a big Bantu knot on the top of his head. Big Rasta, and you can come work for him. Imagine that. Imagine you as a Black person owning a company, right? And you got your hair in locks or whatever, and you got your locks all done. And a white man comes in, and you look at his hair and you say, well, that's really not, we can't really get with that. We need you to get braids or something. Or we need you to get a low cut because that flip hairdos. We need you to texturize your hair a little bit more. That straight shit, I don't know about all that. Imagine that. That's how they sound. They don't see that shit. That's how y'all sound. So back to the Nicki thing. After her saying these things, and after her saying this shit, this fuckery, what do y'all think about that? Did she sell out? And now y'all gonna stop listening to her music? And what was the line that was drawn? Now, last night when I was listening to BGX broadcast, she had her niece on there and a couple of people on her panel. And her niece is a big her niece said she was a big Nicki Minaj fan. And see, when she was talking, these are the type of people I like to hear speak, critical thinkers. Because she was I don't want to say defend. She was kind of defending Nicki in a way, but the way she was doing it was logical. It wasn't coming from emotional. She had some logical points. I don't really want to say I don't know if it's defending her, but she has some logical points. Most people when they come into defense of somebody or they talk about these things, they it's all from emotion and they say the stupidest shit. But she said some really valid points, and her and Nietzsche were like talking about it. Like Nietzsche said her part, and then the niece said her part, and I saw at times when her niece made a point, she was like, I could tell she was like, oh shoot, she has a point, and then she addressed it, and they addressed it back and forth, and I was like, I was feeling that because you got two different perspectives from that speech that Nicki gave out, and I was listening to her niece, and I was like, damn, you do have a point. And then I was listening to Michi's side. And I was like, damn, she got a point too. And they were agreeing to some extent, but they were also disagreeing in some areas. But it was still like refreshing because they was on point with what they were talking about. And so if you're a Nicki fan, right? If she was defending Nicki any other way, like with stupid points, I would say she's only doing that because she liked Nicki Minaj, and and then some people are like that. Some people is like, well, I still rock with Nicki, and that's okay. But she was really pulling out the big guns, and I say, yo, she makes a lot of sense. But you have people who come on here and be like, there's people who sit up who say, yo, I'm canceling Nicki. I can't Nicki. I seen people everywhere on the internet talking about how they canceling Nicki and stuff, and I'm saying to myself, what are y'all canceling for? What are y'all canceling for? Are y'all canceling because of what she said? Are y'all canceling her because she's on the side of Trump? She's with Trump? Like, what is the cancellation for? Because if it's any reason to cancel Nicki, in my mind, I'm not a Nicki fan as far as I like her music and stuff, but I really don't. Again, they were talking about it last night on the panel. I'm gonna join the panel one night because I really wanted to say something last night. I tried to join it, but I was on my phone, so it just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. I really wanted to join it, but maybe tonight they go live again. A lot of people are biased. Their opinions don't their opinion is based on influence. Because people are up there, like when Nicki was crashing out, and she said things on there, and I said to myself, it's just weird to me. One minute she was on the internet going off, and she's always been known in the industry as a mean girl. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. I don't associate. I don't have a lot. I'm a girl's girl, and just put it like that. But I'm not a girl's girl to the point where if you're doing some bullshit, that's why I get. If just because you're a woman and you do bullshit, I'm not riding with you. Because I'm logical. I'm not emotional. I don't ride with dumb shit. Because like I said last night, motherfuckers will have you ride down in a sinking ship just to prove a point. Just to ride with the person, knowing damn well that's the stupid decision. But they don't want to go over here where they'll be safe. I'm not one of them persons. If you do some dumb shit or say some dumb shit, I'm not riding with that, whether you're a woman or not. So you can call me a pick me if I agree with the man and I don't agree with you. That was one of the conversations that we were having that last discussion about the baby moms and baby daddies and stuff. Where the one man, He didn't want to deal with the woman because she had 5 kids and 5 baby daddies or something. And people jumped on him and said, "Oh, you judging her, blah, blah, blah." And I said, he has a right to choose who he wants to be with. And they called me a pick me because I didn't ride with that woman. What the fuck? I'm not an idiot. I'm a critical thinker. I'm not going to sit here and ride with this dumb shit because I don't believe it. Not because y'all said it. Listen to the dumb shit you're saying. You're telling a man that he doesn't have a right to choose who he wants to be with. He's judging her. He wasn't judging that woman. He just said that's not for him. And that's all I said. He said it's not for him. And they jumped on me. You're a pick me. You're a pick me. Why? Because I'm agreeing with something that makes sense. Y'all can't relate. Anyway, so it's cold. It's brick in New York. Like it's really like let me Google it. When I woke up this morning, it was 3 degrees. Now it's like 5. Oh yeah, it is 5. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry for all the Christians. I didn't mean it like that. I just say that and get excited. Anyway, um, so yeah, when that's not last night, but that's when I seen some of the speech, and she's talking. She's like, and I want all the little black girls to not feel like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Like Michi said, if you sum up what she said, a whole lot of nothing. If you summarize, if you try to summarize what you said, you'll still come up with nothing. This woman has always been a mean girl in the industry. She's always been mean to people. Now she's sitting up there, I'm a girl's girl. And I want all girls to feel proud. I support women and you don't support shit. You've always been a mean girl, like they said, and you showed it. I don't have to see it the way you talked about people on the internet. You did, you're a mean girl. Now all of a sudden see, this is the dumb shit I'm talking about. This is what I talk about influence and all that other stuff. Now she gets her ass up on this stage and tells black women they need to stop making white women feel less than about themselves. Ooh, make that make some type of sense. I want somebody to join and make that type of sense. Do y'all still rock with her? Again, like I said, I still listen to Nicki's music, but some of y'all like, fuck that, I ain't listen to her music no more. It's over. Why? Because of she's doing something that you don't like. I'm still gonna listen to the music if I like it. Because to me, I can separate all that shit. I can separate the music from the person, from the politician, all of that. They were talking about that last night, and I had did a live a few hours before Michi's live. And when I saw her live, and she said mostly everything that I said, I know she has to see my live because I ain't got no views. People don't. So I know she's not like I'm saying, oh, she copied my live. No, because I know she didn't see my shit. But she was saying a lot. And this is the critical thinkers. She was saying a lot of shit, and I'm like, damn, I just was talking about it. Just said the same thing. Why are these people using black celebrities to perform for them? Where does a performance fit in at a damn anything? Why is this woman even talking to Nicki Minaj? What? I'm so confused at why is she the person to talk to? You ain't hear what Michi said last night? These are the people they sent to represent us. And then the white public thinks that this is how we are because this. Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me you can't find no young black politicians, no young people who could come out and speak to the younger audience and appeal to them, and maybe y'all bringing out rappers? Y'all bringing out rappers that's dancing around on the damn stage at for an election. They dancing around on stage, rhyming and popping and all this other stuff. Hold on, y'all. Let me let my cat out. She's mad, big, and pregnant. She wants to get some fresh air. Go, cat. What does that have to do with politics? What does that have to do with the election? They dancing around on stage, both sides. And y'all sit up here and talk about Nelly and freaking Snoop Dogg? Cardi B and freaking Meg Thee Stallion, everybody was doing that shit. What the hell does Cardi B have to? Why are y'all picking Cardi B? Like Nietzsche said, when y'all bring y'all people out, y'all bring people that know this stuff, that are familiar with this stuff. Why are we bringing rappers out to talk about freaking politics? They don't even know what the hell's going on. You know why they bring those out? Because they bring those people out to influence the youth. Because the youth don't know shit about what's going on. So they just bring them out and they see Cardi B up there talking and they see Meg Thee Stallion and they take their ass down to the polls and they vote based off of that. Oh, just, they performing. Get out of here. Beat it with that foolishness. You got Nicki Minaj on stage for Donald Trump's side. I don't really give a damn about that. I'm so neutral when it comes to politics. The reason why I'm so neutral when it comes to politics, because what I realize is both sides have policies that I can't stand and policies that I like. It might be both different sides. So who do you pick? You can't pick anybody because you have to pick people. You have to pick what the people say. The people, you know what I mean? If you're black and you don't pick the black people are going to stomp all over your head. And if it's two white people and the lesser of the evil, if you don't pick that lesser of the evil, they're going to stomp your head. Why? Why does it matter to them? Why does it matter that Nicki Minaj is over there selling out? Do I think she's selling out? Yeah, absolutely. But do I care? No. Am I going to talk about it? Yeah, we could talk about it. But will I cancel her music? I'm not listening. I'm not going to not listen to her music. I don't give a shit about none of that. If a song comes on that's her song and I like it, I'm a vibe to it. I'm driving. I'm not going to turn it off. I'm turning this shit off because I don't support her. I don't give a damn. That's why I say I'm neutral in this stuff. I'm neutral in it because I see politics for what it is, the push and the pull and the back and the forth. This is the thing. If I agree with some of these policies and I disagree with some of them, and I agree with some of these policies and disagree with them, I have to choose a side, right? So I have to choose, like they say, the lesser of two evils. Why can't I choose who I want without any backlash? You know why? Because y'all think that my decision has something to do with your life. That's all it is. If we could all come together, if we all come together, I can get what I want. That's what y'all saying. It's not if we come together, we can get what we want. No, motherfucker. If we come together, you can get what you want. Because you're getting mad with that person when they don't agree. You want to bring these people over here and come with us. Oh, you're not going to side with us. Oh, you this, you that. And I'm unfriending you. And I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And yeah. So you're trying to make them do what you want them to do. Moms. Give me 1 second, because you want them to do it. Hello? I was doing my broadcast. Give me a couple of minutes. I can't even pause it. I know y'all heard me in the background talking. It's all good. I have to take the phone call because they keep calling back. Yeah. So when y'all say these things, keep it real. It ain't about us coming together. Let's come together and join forces. It's about me wanting us to join forces so that I can get what I want. Because if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't give a damn about what somebody else is voting on. Y'all wouldn't give a fuck about whose side somebody's on. Now, when it comes to the Nicki Minaj being a Trump supporter, I don't give a shit. My problem came from what she said on that stage in front of Charlie Kirk's wife. That's why the caption is that. Did she sell out? Yeah, she freaking sold out. Not because she's a Trump supporter. Because I feel, again, I don't give a damn. If you felt like his policies are right or you enjoyed him and you supported him, I don't fucking know. It ain't my business. But when you come up there as a black woman and down black women and say shit like that, that's what makes you a sellout. To me, you're a sellout to black people because you're a Trump supporter. You're not a sellout to me because you're a Trump supporter. Because again, I don't give a damn who you vote for. You may not be voting for based on color, as many black people won't vote for Kamala because she's black. Well, what about the policies? She got some good policies and pull out one. Well, for one thing, she wants to, and then they pull a whole bunch of shit out their ass, and you're like, what? What are you even talking about? Just say you won't vote for the woman because you think she's black, okay? And that's fine. Whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Okay? If you want to vote for somebody based on their color, that's your business. Again, this example that I made, niggas will go down in a damn sinking ship with that person. They're black. I'm going to go over here with them and vote for them. Yeah, but they fucking shit up. Do you see what's going on here? People are starving because of them. People are losing money because I'm just being in general. People, it doesn't matter. I have to stay with this side. But it's thriving over here. No. That's how we be thinking. And that shit is ridiculous. That's how society be thinking. They don't vote for they vote for who they like. They don't vote on the policies. They vote for they like. Do y'all notice every damn election is the same damn thing? These people run down to the polls. Before they run to the polls, it's a whole bunch of controversy and back and forth and beefing and fighting. Then they go down to the polls and they vote for whoever they want to vote for. Then after the election, when whoever win and they didn't win, and then they start going back and forth and beefing again. And then it's the same shit. This man been in office and we still talking shit. He been in just doing, and see, a lot of the things that he's doing, people are angry with it. Some people agree, some people don't. It's your perspective. It's how it works for your life. But you don't get to tell other people what decisions they need to make. Just like some people agree with the man and voted for him, there's people who don't agree with the man and didn't vote for him. They have that right. You don't get to tell these people that the reason that they voted for him is not valid. Your reason for voting for a motherfucker is not valid. Do y'all even look at the policies? Do y'all even really listen to the policies? And be like, oh shit, this makes sense. Yeah, we should go with that. Or do y'all just, y'all ignore all of the fucked up policies and the one good policy? Yo, see, I knew I needed to vote for this person. I was talking about the Hillary Clinton elect. Listen, I'm not voting for people. And then another thing I was told, we need to vote for her because she's a woman. I need to vote for a person because they're a woman. Why can't you give me solid facts and solid policies and things that could actually sway me to vote for either candidate? I was told I needed to vote for Kamala Harris, and if I didn't, I was ignorant. Why? Because she's black. Okay, well, if you say so. What else? Because these people, all they want to do is take for black people. Okay, well, what else? You don't give me a motherfucking policy. Give me some shit to go on. You giving me shit you just pulling out of nowhere to make your point. I can't rock with that. I can't sit there and have conversations with y'all when y'all emotional and you just trying to make a point that you can't make. Her being a Trump supporter, like I said, that's not a sellout to me. She voted for who she thought was the best candidate. I don't give a shit. But what she said on that stage was a sellout to me. You smacked every black woman in the face by saying some dumb shit like that, being a black woman yourself. And that's the honest truth. That's why I say she's a sellout. Y'all can get mad. Some people call her sellout when she went up there. She's supporting Trump. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Did you ask her why? And people hate truth. They hate truth. She set up. They were talking last night about how she has a large following in the transgender, especially the Black transgender community. And she said little boys should be little boys and little girls should be little girls, some shit like that. And now I don't know how the trans community feel about that, but if they got mad and canceled her, why are you canceling her? Because she does it, because she has a different opinion. And because she said that, y'all feel like she's against y'all. Y'all feel like she's against y'all. And it's not true. I think that if someone tells the truth, people feel like it's somebody against them. What's wrong with telling little boys to be little boys? Should I tell little boys to be girls? Or just not talk about it? Which one? Either we're going to talk about it or we not. And when we talk about it, what are we going to do? Tell them to be little girls? No, little boys should be little boys. The transgender community should not feel bad about it, because if you're proud of who you are and you know what you're doing with yourself, if you want to transform, transition, whatever the word is, that's fine. But don't get offended when someone says let little boys be little boys, because it's the truth. That doesn't mean she's against y'all. Because I feel the same way. I know transgender people. I'm cool with them. Those are my peoples. If your name was Mike and now you want to be called Michelle, what up, Michelle? I'm going to call you her too. But I still think men should be men and not transition, and women should be women and not transmission. I don't think you should cut off your genitals. I don't feel you should manipulate your body to represent something else, because you're never going to be that, no matter what you do. And y'all can say it's the hate, but it's not. It's not hate. Nothing about that is hate. It's the truth. You're manipulating your body to look like it. Just because you change something, a look, that doesn't mean it's going to turn you into a woman. It's going to be you a woman because you got breast implants, so you got your penis cut off, or you're a woman and you got your boobs cut off. That doesn't. You're still a female. So I mean, if you want to call that hate, I don't hate y'all, but that's the truth. Shit. You can't get mad at the truth, and y'all be getting so mad at the truth and feeling offended and saying somebody's judging y'all. How is truth judgmental? Judging is opinion. If you really understand what judging is, it's an opinion. If I judge you, that's my opinion. But if I give you facts and truth, shit, that's nationwide. I don't know. That's nothing to be offended about. So when Nicki said that, the trans community still love her, because she didn't say nothing. She didn't say y'all are disgusting for being trans, and she didn't say none of that shit. She just said little boys should be little boys, and little girls should be little girls. Then she proceeded to offend the black women. Told us we making white women feel bad. What the fuck are they feeling bad about? I'm just saying. What do they feel bad about? How are we making them feel less of? That's only comes from two things: jealousy and insecurities. Because I can't make you feel less about yourself, and I ain't say shit about you. I don't see no black women on the internet. Look at my beautiful black skin, these white pasties, and this. And even if we was doing that, that's y'all fucking business. Y'all been making us feel like shit all the whole time for having brown skin. So, oh well. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying. But for real, I don't see black women on TikTok, Big Bot, Instagram, Twitter, Sitter. I don't see them on none of that shit talking about how they're better than black white people. Yeah, right. They do that shit. They had accounts freaking canceled so damn fast. Stop that shit. Come on in, y'all. Let's talk about it. I can't wait till this channel start popping, because I'm gonna make it pop. And people start coming on to discuss it. I love challenges. I want somebody to come and challenge me, because y'all be in y'all feelings. Y'all be in y'all damn feelings too much, especially about this politics shit. I've been asking these people, and I want to know, nobody answered yet, but again, we're going to discuss this. I want to know what What are they fighting for? What are they out there protesting for? Who's out there protesting? Why are you out there protesting? And when you come in the comments, even if you not protesting, if you support the protest, and I want you to come in here and talk about it. Why? Because I want to know what y'all protesting. All this shit is divide. I love Jasmine Crockett. I love to hear her speak and everything, but man, I don't know what them people are doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we think we talk about we've always been, this is why I stay neutral. Because as black people, we've always been told to vote for Democrats. Why? Oh, because Democrats is about money and they're about helping us. And no, not about, they're not about money. They're about giving out money and helping. And the Republicans is about money. Both of these motherfuckers is about money. One of them, the Democrats is over about giving money to everybody but their fucking citizens. They give money to everybody but us. And Trump over here, he ain't trying to give money to nobody. He's just trying to take money from motherfuckers. So isn't it safe to say that we screwed either way? He ain't trying to take nothing from us. He's trying to take away from other fucking countries. But he ain't trying to give us shit. And we got the Democrats over here. They ain't trying to give us shit, but they giving our money to other people. So you got to pick a side, right? You pick a side. My daughter said something to me the other night. She said, you know that they can overthrow the government. I said, these motherfuckers is too stupid to overthrow the government. To overthrow the government, people would have to come together. No, they're not, because they're too busy divided and going against one another. They would never be able to do. This is why this government has been going like nobody has ever, not that I know of, and if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments or something, but I ain't never seen them overthrow the government. And if they did, we probably wouldn't be here today dealing what we dealing with. But the citizens of our country are too stupid to overthrow the government. Look what y'all doing. You got a right side and a left side fighting each other. And the government over there looking like, I don't know why these motherfuckers is fussing and going back and forth. I can shut all this shit down. Beat it. Because that's all it is, a bunch of back and forth. This policy, got this policy. Did y'all ever notice? I'm going to be honest. Did y'all ever notice that every 4 years after y'all vote and y'all do all this shit, who helps your life? How? I want somebody to come and I'm not saying it didn't happen for people, but I want people to come and let's talk about how certain presidencies and certain presidents and administrations have affected your life for the positive or the negative. I know the one lady who voted for Trump, the black lady. Again, I spoke about her in my previous broadcast. Why she voted for Trump, I understood it. Why? Because I'm neutral and I don't care who people vote for. Somebody who voted for Kamala gave me their stance on it. I said, okay, what about my business? I didn't argue. I'm neutral. The woman who voted for Trump, because she was jailed under the Biden administration for 3 years for, I believe, I could be wrong, for trying to get abortion or something like that. She went out of state or something like that. I could be wrong on the actual facts of the case, what she did, what she went to go, why she got locked up. But I'm right about her being locked up for those 2 or 3 years. She was locked up under the Biden administration. Whether the timeline is right, the time is right. She was locked up under the Biden administration or some bullshit. She got freed under the Trump administration. And she went and she voted for Trump. And y'all, I need somebody to explain to me how that's wrong. So before y'all sit up here and start condemning people for reasons why they voted for people, go ask them. This is why I'm asking y'all. Because people will really still be mad at her. Go really ask yourself, who is that woman supposed to vote for? She's supposed to go out here and say, you know what? Trump's administration released me from jail. I've been in that motherfucker for 3 years trying to get out. They locked me up over here under the Biden administration. Trump let me out. It's voting time. I'm supposed to go down to the polls and really go over here and vote for Kamala Harris. The same administration that jailed me on some bullshit. I'm supposed to come out of jail and go vote for them. Make some sense. This is why I stay out of people's business when it comes to voting. And y'all should stop calling people ignorant. If y'all want to call Nicki a sellout, don't call Nicki a sellout because of who she voted for. Call her a sellout because she sold the black people out when she said that bullshit and she went on Charlie Kirk's wife's show and did all this. Because I really don't understand why she was there. I don't understand why she was there. I'm trying to figure out, like, just did they call her or did she call them? Like, yo, I'm trying to come see what's going on. Or did they be like, Nicki, we need to speak to you? Because Nicki got up on that stage and said nothing. Were these questions asked before? It wasn't practice. They were just giving her questions. The first question, she thought about it for like 5 minutes. I was like, I thought the audio stopped. I was like, yo, are they having problems with it? And then she finally started talking. I was like, oh, all right, here you go. I just want to say that all the boys and girls in the world, they need to be boys and girls. I feel like, sometimes that these boys and girls could be mistaken for boys and girls. And I don't want people to make them feel any less than boys and girls. You see what I'm saying? And Black women have this ability to make other women feel like, less than. And we should not, we shouldn't do that because everyone is beautiful. All the boys and girls are beautiful. All women are beautiful. So Black women, stop trying to make other women feel less than. I'm a girl's girl. And I love to represent women and tell other women how beautiful they are and give them their flowers. And so you, Black women, need to stop acting like white women are not beautiful too. That's what the fuck I got from what she was saying. Did absolutely nothing. Even Charlie Kirk's wife was just looking at her like, I don't have my not on camera, but Charlie Kirk's wife is just looking like, she really wanted to be like, what? But I was like, this woman is insane. Y'all like my Nicki impression? I'm from New York, so I don't know if I got it. But that's what was going on. I said, wait a minute. Huh? Did I hear that right? Hold on, my cats are irritating. I just let my cat in. It's cold outside. Probably like 6 degrees now. I think it's going up a little bit. Ooh, my thing's about to die. But yeah, she was killing me with that. So I personally think she's a sellout for that, but not because of who she voted for. This politics is just, it's all over the place. I don't know what these people are seeing. I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand the logic. I'm mind blown because of I really want to know, so with the protest, what are we protesting? Are we, again, like I said in my last part, if we're protesting ICE tactics the way they doing people, are we protesting them in general? We're protesting immigration. There's a lot of propaganda going out. There's a lot of it's a whole bunch of this is why I say influence is a hell of a thing. Social media is a hell of a tool. We didn't have social media before. So we had, our outlets included radio, TV. Those were our outlets. And I think our first one was MySpace. That was one of our first social media. MySpace didn't last too long after Facebook came. MySpace was just over. Um, because it really didn't have the features that Facebook had. But for the most part, we didn't have all these outlets, and we didn't have all these ways to reach people like that, like how we have now. We could reach people through so many different apps and so many different outlets easily, and we could reach thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. YouTube, this for instance, all of this, Instagram, Twitter. So we have access to people, and we have access to influence and access to putting out propaganda and making things seem more than they are or less than what they are. I recently spoke about a photo that my cousin shared, and this is why I say there's a lot of people that aren't critical thinkers. You have to be a critical thinker, and you have to really pay attention. When you lead in with emotion and you're an emotional person, and I'm not saying that people, not emotional, but if you're leading things with your emotion, you're going to overlook things and you're not going to see things for what they are. This is why people crash out. People crash out and they do wild shit because guess what? They're leading with emotion. They're not being logical. They're not thinking, realizing if I do this dumb shit, I'm going to go to jail for the rest of my life because they're leading the situation with emotion. If they was leading the situation with logic, they probably wouldn't be in jail. They probably would have thought, I'm going to go kill this chick over this man. This is dumb shit. Because when I go to jail, he's going to get another chick. And then the other chick is still going to be gone. And I'm in jail and he's with somebody else. And he's never going to pay for this. And he didn't do anything. I'm the dummy who did all this stuff. That's when you lead in with emotion and you mad. Right? If you are logical, you'll say to yourself, man, listen, I don't care. Well, I'm just going to leave him alone. He can go over there with her. They can go be happy together. I'm going to live my life, move on. It is what it is. That's logical. These people don't be thinking logical at all. They always think with emotion. So that leads me to this. So if you haven't heard when I talked about it before, one of my cousins posted on Facebook. It was a reshare that he reshared. On the reshare, there was somebody else. There's a guy who was a photographer. And it was this long caption this man read. And I read most of the caption for the most part. But in his caption, he talked about he was out. I forgot where he was, what city, whatever. But he was out here. And he happened to be taking photos. And he captured and the scene that he saw was horrifying. He saw ICE agents snatching kids from their parents' arms. He saw people, just chaos everywhere. He's just talking about like a horrible scene. So as I'm reading through what he's writing, my next thing is to get to the photos because the photos are under it. So as I'm reading through, I finally get to the photos and I click on the one photo so that I can actually just scroll through the photos. And it was about 20 photos and I'm looking at these photos. I'm looking at the photos. I'm thinking about the caption. I'm looking at the photo. I'm looking at the caption. I'm saying, these photos don't have none of these photos depict what you're saying. But then the kicker here is the photos, everything he said the horror, you thought you would depict that in the photos. And don't tell me, he didn't post them type of photos because they're horrible. He didn't have, if you're going to talk about a scene, right, then don't talk about the scene. Then don't talk about and say, this is what I saw, but then post photos that have nothing to do with that. Talk about what you saw. I went out there and I saw people, excuse me, people in boats, people jogging, people having a good day. Didn't post that. That's what the caption should have been because that's what the photos reflected. Then you have thousands of comments, including my cousin who shared it. And he said, shaking my head when he shared it. And I was like, shaking your head for what? I didn't comment because I didn't want to go back and forth, but shaking your head for what? Did you read this and did you look at the photos? The photos have nothing to do with what this man is talking about. He's talking about a horror scene, ICE agents all over the place, people getting snatched, kids getting beat down, parents getting hemmed up. The man had 20 photos and not one photo showed anything. There was one photo of a lady. There was like an ICE agent standing here and it was just a lady standing there. That was it. There was no child snatched from her arms. At least that picture didn't show it. There was no beat down. She was just standing and they was just standing there. The other pictures show people was in a canoe in a river. One photo showed some people jogging. Some people show it was a whole bunch of leisure shit going on. And this is what you described. And out of all of these thousands, I'm reading the comments and I read the comments so that I can see I can see what they were saying about it. Do you know that 99% of the people in the comment section were like, oh my God, this is horrifying. See what they do? Oh, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. Propaganda is in social media, it's a hell of a damn drug and it's a hell of an outlet. For people to see a caption like that, see the photos that don't depict or reflect that, and still make a comment. And 99% of the people were like, oh my God, you see what ICE is doing? ICE wasn't doing shit in those photos. I don't know what ICE is out there doing out in these streets, but ICE wasn't doing shit in those photos. Not what he was saying. My cousin was shaking my head. Shaking your head to what? He just created a whole scenario that wasn't a scenario. And then when somebody said something to him, he got nasty in the comments. And I said, you know what? You're getting defensive because you know it's true. You don't want people to, I found needles in haystacks. Out of all them thousands and thousands of comments, it was like five, not even five people. Because I found two people. If I looked a little harder, maybe I would have found more people, but I wasn't trying to go through all the comments. But I was scrolling, just trying to see where everybody's head was at. And I said, these people are dumb as hell. They dumb as hell. If they looked at the photo and looked at the caption and put those together and said, oh my God, this is horrifying. Y'all are freaking idiots. Because if the caption had read, I had a great day and it was beautiful and serene and everything was great and loved and everything was bliss and it was a great day, and he had show photos of brutality, y'all would have lost y'all damn mind. Like, hold on. Did you just say that you had a great serene day and life was good, and now we seeing photos of people getting beat down and dragged out? They would have noticed that part. This is how propaganda works, and this is how freaking dumb people are. Because they thriving off emotion. They already feel some type of way. ICE is out there doing this. So now you throw this fuckery in front of their face and say, look. And then they look at the photos and they see what you said in your caption and it's not there. That's why I said propaganda is a hell of a drug. I don't know what else to call it. But you read this caption and you saw these photos and you still went into the comments, because to get to the comment section, you're going to read the caption first, then you see the photos, and now I'm going to go. If you just comment blindly, then you're an idiot. But if you read I'm sure y'all read the caption and then saw the photos and then commented. That's the order that you go in, most people. Or you might see the photos first, then read the caption, but you wouldn't know what's going on. And see, this is the thing. Even if you hadn't even read that long ass caption and you had pulled them photos out and looked at those photos, you would have been like, oh shit, it's lit. They're having a good day. And then you go back to the caption like, what? But these people read the caption, they looked at the photos, and somehow they saw in those photos what the caption said. When none of those photos saw it, said it. None of them photos depicted what he was, not one. The closest one was the lady standing next to the ICE agent, and nothing was happening there. Everything else was leisure. Niggas riding in paddle boats, people jogging past, motherfuckers sitting on a bench, people just smiling, like, where's the horror in this? Oh, and that's somebody. He didn't was able to get everything. That's what somebody said. He might not have been able to get them. Hold on. So out of those 20 photos, and all this mayhem was going on, and you didn't get one photo of the mayhem, you got photos of nothing but leisure. And what kind of scene was you on where it was a bunch of leisure shit going on right here, and then right there people was getting beat down and snatched up. So then people that was in the paddle boats wasn't looking at that shit. The people that was strolling down the street, they just was letting this go. All this was going on. You see how dumb these people are? They wasn't able to catch all the footage. He didn't catch no footage or no pictures of none of that shit or what he spoke about, because that wasn't happening. If it was happening, he would have caught some footage. You out there with a camera and all this stuff is going on, and you talk about how horrifying it is out there, and shit is fucked up over here, and it's bad out here, and oh my God, they're beating people down, they're snatching babies, and you don't have a photo or none of that. That should have all you been had a photo of. That should have been all you had a photo of. If you had a photo of anything, it should have been that. I have to plug my device in. Yeah, that should have been what you. If there's anything I should have saw, it should have been photos of what you said. Photos of people, and there was a massacre, and oh my God, and come on, man. That's how propaganda works. And this is how they play on y'all emotions. This was the funniest thing ever, because they played on emotions that, shoot, the photos wasn't even emotional. They so good, he was so good that he had y'all emotional about some shit that wasn't even emotional. Nothing in the photos said horrifying. Nothing in the photos said people needing help, people getting beat down. And this is how they get y'all. Because again, y'all hate the president so much, y'all hate ICE so much, that anything somebody puts in front of y'all, they can steer y'all. I don't agree with what ICE is doing. I don't think I should be handling, if they are handling things like that. I don't know. I haven't seen anything, I guess, where I live. I don't know. They shouldn't be able to fucking brutalize people. Absolutely not. But I'm not going to sit up here and accept propaganda that's false because I feel some type of way about what ICE is doing. If you show me photos with ICE brutalizing people and doing that, yes, I'm going to say, yeah, that's messed up. And I understand, I see it and everything. But don't show me photos and tell me that this is what's happening, but then you show me photos of something else. You was on the whole scene. You was on the scene with all this chaos was going on. And again, that's why I said people aren't critical thinkers. They're surface thinkers. They just saw, oh, it's going down. Look what's happening. You captured. So you mean to tell me people were leisurely living their lives, jogging over here, dancing over here, sitting on the bench over here, paddleboarding in the damn river over here. This is the photos that he caught. So I'm assuming, and these are the photos that he caught from the same scene. According to him, this was all in one day. On the same scene. He didn't leave and go over here to another location. This was all happening on the same scene. The brutality, the beatings, the snatchings, all of these things were happening on the scene that he was at. But the photos showed otherwise. And so that was my question. I even commented. I don't know if they ever commented back to me. I don't care. I questioned it too. I said, now one of these photos depict what the caption says. I don't know if they commented back, but I was being honest because it didn't. It didn't show anything. It didn't show anything that had anything to do with your caption, bro, at all. So, again, you mean to tell me all of this was going on? ICE was beating people up over there. People getting dragged from here, but those people were riding in the canoe, and ICE was beating people up right there. And over there was the beatings happening. They were beating and snatching people and beating them down and grabbing kids over here. And over here, everybody was living their best life. None of them, you didn't even give polls of people looking at the fuckery. Because if that's happening, you know people in the boat still gonna boat. Them people that's jogging, they ain't gonna turn and look and say, "Oh shit is fucked up over there. They getting beat up. They getting snatched." It's a whole commotion over there. These people was looking like everybody was minding their business. Nobody minds their business that hard. I'm sorry. People mind their business. And these people were white. No offense to white people. But white people especially, you do not mind your business that hard. To the point where ICE is beating people up over here. And y'all over here in boats and dancing around and cha-cha sliding and all that other shit. Come on, don't play these games. I'm not playing these games with y'all today. Not today. At all. They easy to fool y'all asses. You know why? With propaganda and false fuckery that they put out there and tell y'all, look at this, and play on your damn heartstrings. That don't make no sense. Out of thousands of people, I found 2 comments of people questioning these photos. What does that say about society as a whole? That says a lot about society as a whole. This is why we have these political back and forths and these shit, because people are able to play on society as a whole. They're able to play on their minds and separate them because you don't have too many critical thinkers. Now think about what I just said, right? I just said that there was what the guy put the photo of. Even my cousin, he's an engineer. He's a whole college graduate. Got a degree in engineering and all that. And you would think that these people are critical thinkers. You have somebody posting something, and you have thousands. When I say thousands, I mean thousands and thousands of people commenting on those photos. And as I'm looking through most of the comments, these people were sad. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is crazy. Oh my God, this is horrifying. That just told me a lot about society as a whole. Look how much people looked at these photos and said, "Oh, this is sad. Oh, look what ICE is doing." So you take those people, right, that are in society, that you've seen just right there on social media, and you apply it to society in general as a whole. You apply it to these politicians. You apply it to these people in offices. You apply it to these everybody. And what are you going to get? A small percentage of critical thinkers. The rest are freaking gone with the damn wind, out to lunch, out to dinner, and they won't be back until tomorrow's lunch. And if they come back, okay? Just keeping it real. So keep that in mind. And you have these not critical thinkers in these offices, and these non-critical thinkers are in offices, in these positions, in these political offices, and they're thriving and moving and delegating off of emotion and not logic. Also off of influence and not logic. If you can convince 29,990 people out of 30,000 people that photos depict something that they don't, that's scary, because you only have 10 people who looked at that shit and was like, huh? That don't even match. That means they're capable of really seeing things for what they are and thinking. The rest of y'all can be scammed. I'm sorry. The scam likely, if y'all can be scammed. Because anytime somebody puts something in front of you that is plain as damn day, and you look at that and go, "Oh, yeah, they struggling in these photos, man." And they not a sign of struggle in the photos, but you looking right at this shit. And that's the comment y'all make. This is why I don't argue politics with people. That's one of the main reasons why I don't argue politics with people, because these people are not critical thinkers at all. And every time I have an argument with these people, they get mad and they start calling me a Trump supporter. You know why? It's usually people calling me a Trump supporter, because I'm usually calling out things that they can't explain or they can't relate to. When I call out shit like this, I'm a Trump supporter. Why? Because guess what? And I know why they do it. When I pull out shit like this, they say I'm a Trump supporter. I absolutely understand why they do it. I'm about to explain that. So when I pull out shit like this, they call me a Trump supporter, right? It's because it's tied to Trump. The ICE is tied to Trump. That's one of the reasons. ICE is tied to Trump. So if I say anything against the photos and against ICE, I'm a Trump supporter. That's one of the things. If I say anything. But the other reason, and this is probably the main reason, they can't defend it. They can't speak on it. So they have to deflect from it and call me a Trump supporter. I don't play those games. Let's get back to what you was talking about. You was calling me a Trump supporter. Photos don't match. They can't defend that. Because if they go in there and look at the photos and we really go over it, they're going to be like, oh, damn, yeah, you're right. But they don't want to say that. It's easier to call me a Trump supporter and start an argument based on that. Because that's what see, that's called deflection. They'll call me a Trump supporter and hope that I defend it. Oh, I'm not a Trump supporter. How do you know who? I get the right to vote for. They hoping that it goes like that. But I don't play those games. Nah, we can talk about that. But right now we're talking about these photos right here and this caption that you somehow showed. I'm not gonna let you do that with me because I'm a critical thinker. You're emotional. That's why you took it to the Trump supporter. You couldn't defend this shit. And the only reason why you saw this shit for what it really wasn't is because you were emotional. You're emotional behind the caption. So when he showed you these photos, he was able to manipulate into you to see some shit that wasn't there. And now when I question you or call you on it, you call me a Trump supporter because that's the easy thing to do. It's easy just to say I'm a Trump supporter instead of just saying, oh, damn, you're right. These photos don't match. Because in your mind, the photos do match. Remember, you saw it and was like, oh, this is harsh and sad. And oh, remember that? And then when somebody pulls it to your attention, that is pure fuckery. You call them a Trump supporter because Trump is tied to ICE, and it's easier to do that. Why you ain't call me a Kamala supporter? Why you just call? Why? Because again, Trump is tied to ICE. When it's had nothing to do with either candidate. I ain't even talking about ICE. I'm talking about the propaganda. I'm talking about the post itself. You taking pictures of shit and you ain't describing them properly. That's my point. I don't give a damn what you took for. You could have took pictures of freaking flowers and said, yo, I went out here and I took all these pictures of these damn alligators out here. I was in Louisiana and I saw alligators at the Alligator Nation and I took all these photos of these alligators. And I go to the photos and I see flowers. I'm going to be like, yo, I thought you took photos of alligators. I thought you took photos of, you said that you took photos of alligators, but you sewing flowers. Like, I'm gonna call that shit out. It ain't got nothing to do with the candidate. It ain't got nothing to do with who's on either side. It got to do with the fact that you took some photos and posted some shit and it had nothing to do with the photos. It could have been about anything. That's critical thinking. Not looking at them damn photos and saying, I hate Trump and look what he's doing. And nothing's happening in those photos to depict what he's doing. If you show me a photo of him doing some fuckery, I'm going to be like, oh shit, that's messed up. Look what he's doing. But don't be showing me the photos that have nothing to do with your caption. That's how these people are able to be manipulated, and it's very scary. It's very scary. This is why I say this so many times. I don't know you'll get tired of me saying, but I'm going to say every time I talk about politics, in the middle of while I'm talking, I'm going to go, this is why I don't argue politics with people. I'm not playing these games with y'all today. I think I'm gonna be alone in this broadcast. Only thing that I'm gonna get people on, that's people gonna come in is critical thinkers. And the reason why I say that is because people who aren't critical thinkers, they're not gonna understand, and because they're not gonna be able to challenge me. They're not gonna be able to challenge me. You can't challenge somebody who's neutral, really, either. Especially when, okay, so if the person is neutral, and you're on the side, how are you going to challenge them? Because you're over here going against over here, and I'm in the middle like, yo, I don't care about none of this shit. You do. So you can't challenge me. You can challenge somebody on the other side of the red and the blue. Y'all can go challenge each other head to head, but none of y'all can go head to head with me because I'm in the middle. I don't give a fuck about this. To go head to head with me be insane. Because what I'm gonna do is come from logic, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell y'all where y'all both fucked up at and where y'all both doing good at. Because I'm neutral. Because I don't really care about who people vote for. I'm not gonna unfriend you because you vote for Trump. I'm not gonna unfriend you because you vote for Kamala. That's your business. Because I care about what I got going on for my life and how who affects. I'm gonna make choices based on my life. I'm not gonna sit there and make and expect you to make a choice for my life. And that's what y'all want when y'all get mad at people for how they vote. That's what you're saying. I'm not mad. I'm mad. You voted for him. I'm not gonna talk to you no more. Why? Why? Because you really don't give a damn about that person. You want them to side with you so you can get what you want. Let's keep it real here. You want them to side with you so you can get what you want. And you know if they don't side with you, you may not be able to get what you want. So, gotta sacrifice. Come over here. Oh, you're not coming over here with us? All right, we're not fucking with you no more. Well, but I don't want to be over there because I believe back over there. But don't ever talk to me again. Don't even look over here. Yeah, but this is what's best for my life. No, it's not what's best for your life. You're ignorant if you think that's best for your life. But I do. No, you're ignorant and you stay over there. That's how some of y'all. That's how y'all act. It's come from both sides. It comes from the Biden, the Harris side, and come from the Trump side. But I see it more from the Harris side, and I'm just be honest. That's how y'all sound. Why can't they go over there and do it? Because they don't agree with you. Because you think that their vote by them coming on your side is going to help your life because you want that person to win because you think that person is going to help your life or whatever they're going to do when they get to office is going to help your life. If you didn't think that, you wouldn't give a shit about who they voted for. You would let them go who vote for they want because that works for them, and you vote for this person over here and that because that works for you. Y'all too worried about who people vote for because y'all it's your personal gain. It's not about nobody else. It's not people as a whole. It's about your own freaking personal gain. And I need to stop fronting about that shit and keep it real because it's absolutely 100%, 1,000% real. Okay, that's what it's all about. If you actually cared about people, you would allow them to do what they wanted because you'd say, okay, well, he's going to vote for whoever he wants because apparently he feels that's what's good for his life. And I'm going to go over here and vote for whoever I want, whether they're on opposite sides or not. And then we're going to go home and go over and we're going to remain friends. We can agree to disagree. People are breaking up relationships over this shit. Over relationships over this stuff. Hold on, y'all. Hello? Yeah, well, give me 5 minutes. Bye. And just keep calling me. And I'm trying to do my broadcast. Anyway, so I'm about to wrap this up because I got to go take care of some things. But I want people to challenge me. I expect to be alone in this. I expect to not. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get the views, but I expect for, if people to come in, the people that's gonna come in, I expect them to come in. The critical thinkers gonna come in and really probably understand where I'm coming from and probably agree. But the people who don't agree and don't feel what they're not gonna come in because they can't challenge. Unless you come in logical and you could dispute any of the things that I'm saying, you can. I want you to. I want you to. Because I'm not coming from a place of emotion. When I tell people everything I've stated in here, I want people to have to do. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I want to know how y'all feel about what's going on in the world. Social issues and such. That's what we do over here. We talk about social issues, and I'm here for it. I'm here for your opinions. I'm here for the bullshit. Yeah, I'm here for the bullshit. And I don't have no problem. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta clear this out. Yeah, I don't have no problem with addressing anything I want to talk about. Something you want to talk about. What I'm not gonna do is allow propaganda to influence me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not allowing propaganda to influence me. That's just not going to happen. Why? Because I have my own mind. That's number one. I have my own mind. I don't need somebody telling me, oh, you should vote this way, or you should feel like this because we feel like this. I'm the type of person, I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't talk about politics with people, and I don't argue, and I don't tell people who I vote for because I don't feel like having that discussion with them. I don't feel like having that discussion with them because this is the thing. Regardless of what, unless you vote with them. Okay, so say you go to somebody who's a Trump supporter, right? No. Let's do the Kamala side because people are such an uproar about that. Say you go to a person and you say, and they say, well, who'd you vote for? And you say, I voted for Kamala Harris. And they voted for them, they're going to be happy. Oh, yeah. Who'd you vote for? Oh, I voted for Trump. It's going to be opposition, right? It's going to be opposition. I voted for Trump. Oh, yeah. People going to be mad. If you vote independent, people are going to be mad. I saw people get mad about that shit too. Because that's a waste of a vote. See what I'm saying? To them, it's a waste of a vote. You know why it's a waste of a vote? Because in their mind, that vote could have been on their side. How dare you go on and vote independently? How dare you candidate I want? That was just dumb. But if you go to the poll and vote for who they don't want you to vote for, the one that they didn't vote for, you're still dumb. Now you ain't dumb, you just ignorant. You know how many times I heard people calling people? I mean, there was a bunch of people that was like, there was people that was black. They was like, black for Trump. And man, some of them people got fired up. I was like, damn. They were going in. You guys are coning bootlickers and things. Imagine telling that lady, you don't even know her story. That's why I need to shut the hell up too. Imagine telling that lady, you sitting down with that lady, right, that I just spoke about. I forgot her name, the one who was released under the Trump administration. And then I'm gonna get off. Imagine that you chilling with that lady, right? Or you just met her or whatever. You just kind of meet over conversation, and y'all start talking about the election. Yeah, I start talking about who you voted for, and you're Harris supporter, and then she reveals that she's a Trump supporter, right? And you start going in on her, oh, you're ignorant. You shouldn't vote for Trump and this, and giving her all things, because people do that. And people, I've seen people, yeah, it's real. And so imagine doing that, right? And she's telling you, she's telling you that, and you're going in on this woman about her voting for Trump and he's racist and everything you could think of to make her feel some type of way about her choice, right? And then after you finish yip yapping, running off at the motherfucking mouth, just yapping your trap off, right? And then she says to you, well, a few years ago, I was jailed by the Biden administration for some bullshit. I was trying to go over here and get some medical stuff done, and they were denying me. And I went here to do it, and they said I couldn't do it. And then they put me in jail under the Biden administration. And then after that, a few years later, after spending 3 years in jail on these bullshit charges, I came out. But I came out because the Trump administration released me. They allowed me to come out. I was released under them. And then she finished talking. She tells you that. You know how stupid you're going to feel? You're going to feel like a dumbass. Because you don't know that woman's story. And you judged it and told her how ignorant she was for voting the way she voted. And you didn't even know why she did. You going to feel stupid. Yeah, I can see him. Listen, I wouldn't feel stupid. Yes, you would. Yes, you would, because you can't possibly think that you just finished calling this woman ignorant for coming out and voting for the Trump administration, the administration that freed her. You're going to feel stupid because ain't no way you thought she was going to come out. She was supposed to go over here and vote for Kamala Harris after that administration had her locked up for 3 years. Yeah, I keep talking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because I want it's a point I'm trying to make. Leave people alone and let them do what they want. You don't know their reasons. Ask them first. Have a conversation and don't look at their reasons as being null and void or their reasons are not logical enough or their reasons are not valid enough. Respect it because you don't want to sit there and end up in a conversation like with that lady and then she tell you her story and you feel dumb as hell when the story when the conversation is over. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Gotta go now. Um, the question of the day: did Nicki sell out? And if you think Nicki Minaj sold out, tell us why and how. The reason why I asked that question because I want to know if you think she sold out because she's a Trump supporter, or did you think she sell out because she sat up there with Charlie Kirk's wife and said that fuckery, or do you think that both, or you don't think she sold out? Whatever you think, join the conversation. I gotta go. That's my time. You're on with K. Social issues and such. I'm out.